to the plus side of Nashville. You know, no one is ever able to replace nor fill the void left in the life of a child who's lost a parent in the line of active military duty. A Soldier's Child Foundation knows that it can't replace the parent, but the nonprofit tries to honor their memory by helping the child or children that they've left behind. Here to tell us more is the founder of A Soldier's Child, Daryl Mackin, along with comedian Reno Collier. And we'll explain why a comedian is here with us in just a bit. Welcome to you both.
Thank you so much.
Daryl, I've so enjoyed reading about and learning about A Soldier's Child Foundation. How did you come up with the idea?
Well, that photo, yeah, right on my book.
This is a book, and the photo on the front, and a lot of us have seen this in other different media outlets.
That's right.
This picture led you to want to do what? There we see it. It's full screen there now. What was it about this picture?
Well, that boy's grandparents, Christian Golzinski is his name. At the time he was 9 years old, and he's now 19 in college in Alabama, but his grandparents were my neighbors. And in a nutshell, what happened was about 3 months after the Golzinskis lost their son, Marine Staff Sergeant Marcus Golzinski, I went across the street to spend some time with my neighbor, Henry, Christian's grandfather, and he stopped me in my tracks, and in anger he said, "Did it really matter, and does anybody even give a damn?"
Wow.
And then he went into his house and left me there, and it took me about 45 minutes to get home, and I lived across the street.
Oh, wow.
So a lot of things hit me, and I really wanted to do something for my neighbor. I care so much about Henry. Yeah. And two things that came to my mind. One was my greatest fear, and that was dying and leaving my children without me. I think for most parents that's probably number one.
I think so.
And the other one was that, you know, I served in the military.
Oh, you did?
And I realized in that moment that I never once thought of the children and the families left behind and what they go through. So that all kind of hit me.
Yeah. There has to be just a deep, deep sense of sadness and loss for these children.
Unanswered questions.
Absolutely. Talk about the services that you provide to try to make them have a little bit of happiness.
Right. So we have what we call 3 points of service, just like the folded flag has 3 points. So number one is we celebrate their lives on their birthdays every year up to age 18.
I love that.
Thank you for smiling. It is really cool, by the way. So we spend about $150 per child per birthday. Wow. Up to age 18 every year.
Every year.
Coming back with the message that it did matter, we do care.
There's a picture on the screen, I think, of a little one now. It looks like he was celebrating something there. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So that's one of your points of service.
That's the big one.
That's a big one, that birthday celebration every year. They probably look forward to that.
They do. And we're closing in on 3,000 children all across the nation. So we serve children in every state. Alaska and Hawaii and Puerto Rico.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is a lot of children.
Yeah, it's about 200 birthdays a month.
Because we know that their dad's mom's not going to maybe be there for that birthday celebration.
That's correct. So these are all children of the fallen. So they have all lost a parent during active duty military service or service-related deaths. Yeah. So we actually have a lot of KIA. We have training accidents, and suicide is unfortunately a rising one now of the children that we serve of suicide. But it's, you know, heart attack, stroke, any active duty military death in any branch of service, and any child. Yeah. So foster children, adopted, biological step, anyone that called them mom or dad, we care for them.
That's fair. I want to bring Reno in because you two work a lot together.
We do. And
we talk about the fact you're a comedian.
Right.
But you're a comedian with a heart who really wants to help this organization.
I love this organization. And Daryl, when I first met him, it's been, what, 7 years ago?
It has.
Or whatever. I was on tour with the Blue Collar, Larry the Cable Guy and all that, and we were traveling around doing all this stuff, and I wanted to find something to put my heart into. And the minute I heard about this, I was blown away. And like I was telling, I mean, I go to, I'm basically a crier. Like I go and cry and like, you know what I mean? Like I'm a big baby.
He makes people cry more than he makes them laugh.
Yeah, and that's during my show. And the way I got involved is I promised Daryl I'd found a cure for male pattern baldness. And we've just really never been separated since. No, I love this dude. He's one of those guys that does things and goes 100% all in. And when you watch these children and their their parent that they're with or their families and the way they come together, and instilling and reminding them of the pride that they have, because people are so easy to forget. You know what I mean? Like it's in one ear, and news is bam, 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 1,000 miles an hour. Yeah. And these people kind of get pushed to the side a little bit, not on purpose, not because there's bad people, but they just are easily forgotten. That war is over. We've moved on to this, or the cycle has moved to this. So Daryl has gone all in, doing everything he can to try to help these kids, and really he does it. I mean, he and the people that work, they do it. I do the golf tournament, and then I call and screw with him. But
well, we're going to talk. We got to take a break, but we're going to talk more about an upcoming golf scramble and how you can help, as well as a great book that you'll want to hear more about. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back after this break.